I'm Deep Mahaman and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Big question then this week, a few people have been asking it. He's back in training. He should be back in full training this week, Chris. Jordan Henderson. A few weeks ago, people were maybe saying Emre Can is going to be the one who drops out. Then this week, people saying it's probably going to be Milner. For you, where does Jordan Henderson best fit into this Liverpool side and the club?
As far as job roles go, I think it's James Milner's position. I think he can probably do that as well, maybe a touch better than James Milner. As far as who I'd probably like it to be, Emre Can's not offering as much for me as James Milner is to the side. You know, gets more headlines. Emre Can definitely. I think if you watch Match of the Day, he'll be involved more than James Milner. But as far as what they give to the team performance, I think James Milner's massively important. And I think, you know what, I don't even care that he's coming back, because at the moment I'm happy with that midfield. Like, it genuinely doesn't matter to me that he's injured. Whereas 4 weeks ago I was like, fucking hell, we need our captain back and all this. I'm like, I'm not asked. Stay, get yourself right, come back in when you're ready. It's absolutely fine. Like, same with Sturridge. Yeah. If Firmino's going to continue to play like that, I'm happy with Firmino and Benteke sitting on the bench. Don't worry about it, Daniel, it's fine.
Yeah, I think for me, anyway, the Henderson thing, I agree totally on the Sturridge thing. Not, you know, kind of whatever, because we know he's made of glass. The thing for Henderson for me is I was getting really excited, like yesterday, thinking about the notion of it, that he would improve, Henderson would improve that team, and that team's looking, as Chris says, that midfield's looking really nice, it's working well. I think, as an example, if you had Henderson doing what Milner did, just the fact that he's faster, and he's got I think he's got a slightly better engine, I think that he could actually just take us up another level.
Possibly. I mean, the beauty is that Klopp could actually change any part of that midfield. Yeah. We just don't know, do we? I mean, he could drop Lucas, but when Henderson comes in, he could drop Can, he could drop Milner. Yeah. You know, I don't know who it'll be. For me, Can is the one who's looked the weakest of them, although he just had his best game, I think, since he came against City. Milner's been up and down, but it, you know, does contribute an awful lot. And as we've said in the past, you know, we win games when he plays. Yeah. And then Lucas, you know, I mean, not everyone is a fan of Lucas. I am, and I think Klopp is, but he's going to miss the next game because of yellow cards. That's his one real weakness, isn't it? Is the yellow cards he picks up on a regular basis. So I just don't know who he's going to leave out for Henderson. The only thing I know for sure is that someone will be left out for Henderson. Yeah. It won't be a case of Henderson not being able to get back in the side. Yeah.
I mean, there's an interesting case, because we're talking about this quite I don't know, quite black and white terms, I guess. Aubrey is like as if it's just a straight swap in for what happened at the minute. But you know, there exists the possibility that you could take Emre Can out the side, but doesn't mean Jordan Henderson plays as one of the two old midfielders. You could move Milner back into that position if you wanted. You could push Henderson further forward. Chris was saying it to us earlier, you could take Lallana out to the side and put Henderson more central offensively if you wanted.
Personally, again, it is. It's as your dad was just saying, then it's that thing of we don't know what Klopp's going to do, because he's not had these cards to play. If it had been Rodgers, we'd have known more because he's had these cards to play. But with a new manager, it's the first time to actually play it, isn't it? So my personal thing is, I think away from home, he comes in for Lallana, and you've got Henderson and Milner both in the team with all that energy. At home, he comes in for Can, and you have Lallana on the pitch, and there's the more creativity. That would be me. Who knows whether Klopp's going to do it? What it's actually great, considering we've had such injury problems, is we've come up to a point where you're basically looking at it and you've got Can, Lucas, Milner, Lallana and Henderson. Pick 3 from the 5.
You not even mentioned Lallana.
And we've got Can, Lucas. but
I mean, the other thing is you've got to take into account is that certainly for me, Milner played better when Henderson was on the pitch. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and there may well be, you know, that there are pairings which actually work better, and that will sway who plays and who doesn't. You know.
No, absolutely. I'm fascinated to see it. For me, at the minute, just in the very simplest of sense, if you just straight swapped that performance against Man City, if you straight swapped Henderson for Milner, I think we could have had more. And it's more just those situations where we broke with Milner wide, and the game automatically slows down because James Milner just doesn't have the level of pace that you need to play counter-attack in a wide position. And Henderson's not Klein pacey, he's not hard pacey, is he?
He gets faster though.
But he does, he is fast when you need him to be. And I'm excited about that. And I also think, again, that just having those extra years and the fewer miles on the clock, that his ability to actually support the attack, he's got that natural inclination as well, that he will do what Milner does, but I think he's got an extra percent to go one
runs the most of all our players in every game he plays, Henderson, which says a lot if you look at Lallana and Milner.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So obviously we asked you for your Twitter questions. That one came up. Wow, that is very small. LRTDCC, the impact of Henderson coming back from injury and who's going to make way from in the starting lineup. So obviously we've already discussed that. And Aaron, Jack Jones says, should Milner stay in when Hendo's back? So there you go. So we'll move on to some more of your questions. But do let us know your thoughts on the Henderson thing. Should he come straight back into the side? I mean, I'm sure there'll be a whole range of opinions, doubtless, because again, that's what the world is like.
Okay, Redmen TV Christmas sweatshirts are available now. You've got Merry Clopmas and
Coutini.
Ho ho ho. Because it's Christmas.
See what we did there?
People like that shit.
See what we did?
Where are they available from?
Ho ho ho. RedmenTVshop.com. No, the RedmenTVshop.com.
It's a branding thing. But anyway, click through there. They're available now for 3 weeks only. Get yours while you can.